Well, it's day 3 of the Tour des Alpes Vaudoises, and we're setting off from the Le Berceau campsite in Chateau Douve. And today we've got beginning the day with a fairly big climb to about 1,000 meters, and then hopefully lunch in Refuge la Douve. Through a tunnel under the road, but to my side you can see the river, and this is going to get us back onto the trail to do a fairly steep ascent.
Very good.
That farm in the distance, I'd just like to thank for the outstanding peach melba ice cream that it provided us yesterday. The walk continues along the side of the river, and all along it there are these little statues of fairies. We're coming up to one right now. Very pretty little walk. So over we go. So the pretty riverside walk continues for now, through a lovely forest, next to, we found out the name of it, it's the River Sarine. And then we'll be turning off to climb soon.
Yes, we
it's
are.
like a warm-up, isn't it?
It's warming in, it's a long day.
So we have planned around 25 kilometers today, but the big challenge is we've penciled in about 2,000 meters of up and 1,500 of down. So it's quite a big ask of ourselves. We're already 3 days in, but we are now chasing the weather a little bit in that there's a big storm coming in on Friday, and we want to try and get ahead of that in case it's too dangerous to walk with lightning in the on the high passes. So good luck to us. So we've just finished a short steep climb out of the riverside area of Chateau Douve, and now we're really heading to the high ground to head up to the refuge. So it looks like the real climbing is about to begin now. We're going all the way up there. So we are progressing reasonably well up this steady steep climb, heading for the Plan de la Douve. It's a nice forestry trail, but steep all the way. We expect it to continue all the way to the top. How are you getting on, Daniel?
Good start. Weather's nice, got shade. Very much up for it today. Feeling strong.
You would expect Switzerland to be the land of good snack bars, and it is, and I'm very impressed by these farmer nuts. 78% nuts, good combination, and they're delicious. It looks like the trail's about to get a bit steeper, which makes sense as we're getting quite high now.
Steeper and warmer.
Yeah, we're getting towards the midday sun really, aren't we? It's 11:30.
And out in the shade. Steady and slow.
Good. Hard work, but beautiful as we climb high, heading to the Refuge de la Douve. So a good question would be, what's water like on this route? And it's certainly a bit more scarce on the high exposed sections, but Switzerland is just full of these incredible little water fountains which you find even quite high up in the mountains. So we've actually accidentally come up to the top of Col de Baz, which was not in the plan, but it works out because I think there's another route that we can use to get to where we need to round the opposite side of the col. Hopefully not too much of a silly detour. I don't want to film much here because it's pretty hard going, but this is what happens if you take the wrong way, crossing a big boulder field. Yes, it's incredibly beautiful, but that mistake was a bit costly. It's taking us about an hour to get up this boulder field and it's still not at the top, so it's put us a bit behind track really. No doubt that was the hardest section so far. Not least because we came up that boulder field to the left instead of straight up the middle. But even that wouldn't have been straightforward, to be honest.
It's a technical grade high, the thing we did. It was one technical grade higher than the normal path.
It wasn't well marked either. It's that way.
No, just the sign.
So as fast as we went up, down we come. We're dropping a quick 300 meters to get to this refuge. Finally, here it is, what we've been promising you. Refuge de la Douve. So we're going to take a lunch break in here and cook something up and try and rest the legs, which are in a bit of a bad way.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Take a look around.
It's good, mate.
It's dark.
Dark, no, I don't think it's got, I haven't looked for it actually, I haven't seen anything that says that.
Wow, it actually has mattresses and stuff.
Yeah.
And stove.
I got rid of the upstairs.
Oh yeah, it's blocked. Good, really.
Oh, nice to be here.
We've cooked up some tasty Idahoan mash with some refried beans and spices, and we've got a bit of salami. And we're just taking a meal down us, and then we're going to hit the trail again and try and push on to Etivaz first of all. Great cabin. I'm really impressed by the facilities that it's got. It would be fantastic to stay a night here. Plenty of space, and the big surprise is they're actually mattresses. So it'd be a really good place. On our way down to Etivaz now. It's a good quality steep forest trail. So this is a long forested descent with zigzaggy trails. We're heading for Etivaz. It's pretty good. There's some technical bits, lots of tree roots and a few little scree falls to look out for, but yeah, it's going well. So we are dropping down another Sound of Music field into Etivaz. So we've just stopped in Etivaz, and we shouldn't have been worried about if the food was any good. It's like an absolute treat of a shop. And so we have got Etivaz cheese, because you must, some cold cooked meats, lots of good snack bars, and some things for now. And some more of that amazing ice cream, this time elderflower sorbet. Just great.
Absolutely.
Coffee, elderflower sorbet and a pear, and then we're hitting the road pretty soon. So a quick pit stop in Etivaz to get some provisions, and we're on the road again. So we are leaving Etivaz on the Route de la Tourneresse, which we think is the name of the river.
Yep.
And making our journey towards Arnensee. It's probably about 3.5 hours, so quite ambitious that we're starting this at 5 PM, but actually it's quite a good time to do things when it gets a bit cooler.
It stays light for long, so may as well use it.
Yep. So we haven't filled a lot in this section because it's just been quite long, straight and boring forestry tracks. We've just come from this direction and reached a dairy farm which is behind us in the distance, and this is the point where we're about to turn off the trail after this bridge that we're standing on to ascend up the fenêtre. Can't remember it. Can't remember its name.
Andron.
I can't remember it. So the path onwards, after coming past the farm and the bridge there, is steep but a good one. You can see Neil up there on the high road of the zigzag.
There's a lot of couching.
So we're into the early evening now. It's about 7:30, and the temperature's dropped a little bit, which is nice, as we make this summit attempt on the fenêtre d'Arnensee. Once we're over that, we'll be dropping down to that Arnensee, where we will camp tonight. And we hope that the restaurant will be open.
Yes, we do.
Otherwise it's a double Idaho and mash day. Very nearly at Fenêtre d'Arnensee. 15 minutes according to the sign. And then we're at the top. We should have a view of the Arnensee then.
Yep.
I'll just give you a bit of a down valley view of what we've come up. Just lots of very pretty farmland. And there is this amazing like ski lift or some sort of lift here called Grand Clé, Big Key, and I need to look that up. Why is there a random lift there? That view ahead of us.
Right.
I think there's going to be an amazing view as we just go over this crest. Some signs up here. Oh wow, artwork. How cool. Huh.
Oh, there.
And a QR code if you want to buy them.
After you, my man. Through the fenêtre d'Arnensee.
So we're getting much lower now and we're just continuing our descent down towards Arnensee along some farm tracks. The sun has set behind the high mountains and it's a bit cooler, which is really helpful. Oh, we're down and there is our first view of the Arnensee. Wow. Every bit as beautiful as promised. Fishing, Neil?
Yep. I think I know him.
Oh, he's fly fishing as well.
Yeah.
So we're just crossing over a bridge now to head to this campsite. Sign on the way saying that it's strictly forbidden to camp anywhere else around the lake. So hopefully they'll have us.